Hello, survivors, and welcome back to another episode of Will You Survive?
The podcast.
I'm your host today. I'm Alex, and I'm joined by my two co-hosts.
I'm Erik.
And I'm TJ.
And today we are discussing a little off topic from our norm, from my norm. I typically enjoy the zombie subgenre, but this time I went pandemic. This was just a flu, if you will, and that was the name of the movie. The Flu. What did you guys think?
Solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I actually agree. That was a very well-made movie.
8 out of 10, you say?
Yep.
So for all of our survivors, if you don't know, this was a Korean movie, came out in 2013. Let me just read you a little storyline here. The worst epidemic ever seen is sweeping through Bundang, the suburb of Seoul. After smuggling illegal immigrants into the country, Byung-woo dies from an unknown virus. Soon after that, the same symptoms are plaguing scores of residents in Bundang. People are helpless against the airborne disease, and the number of infected increases quickly, spreading chaos. As the worst-case scenario precaution, the city of 500,000 people just 19 kilometers from Seoul is about to be sealed off. The government orders a complete shutdown. Meanwhile, infectious disease specialist In Hai and rescue worker Ji-gu go into the closed city to find the blood serum of the index case, a crucial part of developing the vaccine. And I think that pretty much covers the whole story. I think this was a fantastic movie. I am being very turned over into the Korean genre because I'm loving what they're doing with these movies. This is old.
And that one actor, that one dude who is apparently in like every Korean movie ever made.
Bro, I see
who
him
is
all
also
the time.
so... Yeah,
Do you really?
All the time.
He's so versatile. I had no idea that was him until he was shouting, "Let's go infect Seoul!" And I was like, wait, that guy looks so familiar.
See, it was funny to me because I didn't notice it until I saw his credit. Once I saw the cast and I saw his name, I was like, oh my goodness. And, you know, just because it's a standout name, Jung-gu Kwan. I knew, I was like, dude, that's the guy, that's my hero from Train to Busan.
Yeah, he made me hate him this movie.
And such a good actor for that because I didn't recognize him, number one. And number two, I hated him so much while he was doing, the March on Seoul.
Also, his name is, Ma Dong-Seok. He was in the Eternals movie from the MCU, which is what my wife just pointed out.
Which one?
Eternals. He was Gilgamesh.
Oh, interesting. I'm not familiar with many of the Marvels.
Yeah. I bring that nerd shit to the podcast. You know me. That's what I'm here for. It's what it's all about.
And by the way, you have to look at his IMDb picture if you ever get a chance. It's freaking hilarious. Ma Dong-Seok.
Mm-hmm.
He's giving a thumbs up, cheesy smile, but he's a buff dude. So,
oh yeah, I'm seeing it.
I might reserve telling him that to his face. Although he listens. So,
oh yeah,
well, every major celebrity listens.
They do, and especially after we covered Train to Busan, he was a big fan of ours.
His manager was like, "Hey, yo, you got to check this out."
Just for legal purposes, this is all satire.
No, I'm serious.
Okay, so some things that I would bring up regarding the survival aspect of the flu as it went down. I like the premise of this movie because you as a citizen are unsuspecting. You have no warning, of course, because this was human trafficking. That's what was going on that brought this into the country. So all of a sudden it starts in the hospital, which I think, that's probably where it's going to start. Anything like this.
I was trying to think, like, how do you even not get infected in the beginning? And I really think this is kind of like the zombie situation where it's honestly at best 50-50 odds that you just happen to make it through the initial, like, I guess, crisis or crash or whatever.
I mean, how else can you put it? Because our guy, the rescue worker,
he threw that title around a lot.
Yeah.
And the emergency response team.
Emergency response team.
I have to save people. It's what I do.
It's what I did. There were so many, like I was reading the subtitles and I'm like, I know that's not an exact translation. I guarantee you this is like the most cheesy thing a Korean dude could say in this moment. Like that's the vibe I got every time he said, I'm part of the emergency response team. Every time he said that, I'm like, man, that had to be super cheesy in Korean.
Well, what do you think the equivalent in English would be? I know what I think it would be.
Firefighters.
It'd be like, don't worry, I'm here to help. Or something, some stupid like, okay, dude.
So I think if I was throwing around a title, right, I think the cheesiest way to throw down that title would be, no, don't worry, I'm a first responder.
Yeah, or something like that, where you're like, okay.
Isn't that kind of lame? Like,
Yeah.
I think that might be the closest thing that you could say. But I did notice that he really was fond of himself for being a emergency response team member.
He backed it up though.
Oh, that's
Dude,
what I was
he
going to
did.
say.
Dude was in there, no matter what the fuck was happening. He's like, I gotta save people.
Exactly. At least he wasn't just all talk. At least he was willing to put his life down, even so far as to call himself number 2066.
Yeah.
He was willing to die for that little girl.
Yeah.
Man, there were so many parts in this movie that just had my blood boiling.
I know.
There was one that we'll get to that, oh man, I actually yelled a little in our living room because that made me so mad. But this particular moment where they were still new to the camp, and his friend, I forget his name, but his friend was telling him like, oh, are you so obsessed with this girl? And he's like, it's nothing like that. He goes, no, I know you too well. It's about that. And he's like, dude, it's not fucking like that. Like, knock it off. It's not a joke. And like, that had me mad where I'm like, dude, you're in a literal concentration camp. And I don't know, man. I feel like you got to have a little more social awareness there.
Well, there were a couple of things I thought like they did really, really well. And frankly speaking, the fact that this came out in 2013 and we all went through 2020.
It was so ahead of its
How
time.
fast everybody turned against each other, like neighbors against neighbors. You're infected. You've got to be quarantined away. Yeah, the government needs to come in and take you away. Like the attitude change of everybody, and then the attitude of all of those who were quarantined when they, of course, rose up and can't say overthrew, but overtook and escaped, right? And they wanted to march on Seoul.
Well, they overthrew the camp.
Well, the camp, but not like I didn't want to confuse, like they didn't overthrow the government.
Yeah,
they escaped the camp, and the government was kind of waiting for them. But so one of the things that I look at it that is, without our personal experience, which is impossible to do now, if we were in 2019 and you were looking at this movie, would you think there was any possibility of this happening in the United States? I mean, I know this was Korea.
I mean, like, when did the Ebola thing happen? Like that was pretty.
That was 2013.
That was pretty.
That was about then.
Yeah.
But
But there were no lockdowns,
that
ironically.
was very isolated. That was just Dallas.
And the funny thing about that is Ebola has a 50% kill rate,
Yeah.
and they didn't lock anybody down.
No, well, because they caught it very early, and it was one case that I know. I think it was just one case in a hospital that freaked everybody out because they're like, "Holy shit, we have a case of Ebola in the U.S."
Yeah.
And then nothing ever came from it, thankfully.
Yeah.
I also have the number 13 in my head somewhere, so maybe like 13 people died or so. I don't know, but it wasn't. It was very isolated, and we were able to catch it very early on.
So with the strict measures that they took, the thing that, and just
Well,
because
hang on,
I had,
answer.
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
In the U.S., it's kind of tough because I would hope that we would be a little more hesitant to literally walking into a concentration camp because that's exactly what that was.
Mm-hmm.
And I would hope that we'd have enough general basic knowledge of World War II to know that you shouldn't just go walking into a concentration camp no matter what the government tells you it's for.
Right. So then I guess one of the things that would be important to discuss survival wise is what would you do if you're home, you're hearing about all of this. Let's say you're in Bundang and you're seeing people all around you get deathly ill. What measures do you take?
6 feet.
Wow. Yeah, well, you'd be immune then. You would never get it.
6 feet.
That would just cover it.
Yeah,
Okay.
stand
All
back,
right.
dude. 6 feet.
You know, if all these people just stood 6 feet apart, none of this would have happened.
And
It
you
really,
you didn't even buy toilet paper? You're fucked.
yeah, I
You're
didn't
done,
see.
TJ.
I didn't see one person with toilet paper in that grocery store.
Although
They
I
clearly don't know how to really handle a pandemic.
I really hope somebody is from Korea or has experience in Korea, but I believe that's because bidets are far more common out there.
Okay. Well, that would make sense. But what about the hand soap?
Oh, no hand soap, no sanitizer.
That's crazy. The fact that
It's no wonder why so many people got infected,
exactly, dude.
Well-
Those filthy. No, I'm kidding.
The real reason everybody got infected was because nobody was covering their mouth with their freaking elbow or something. Did they not learn that in like fucking preschool like I did? Like if you're
Dude,
gonna sneeze or cough, go like that, you know? Like
Yep.
The whole first 20 minutes, I was literally thinking, does no one know how to cover their mouth in Korea?
Let me tell you guys something because I am significantly older than you both. I did not learn cough in your elbow until about 2002 when it became a
crazy.
common thing in the restaurant.
That is so crazy that
That's
has not always been a
so-
thing.
Not always. It
That's
was always
so innate.
No,
in
cover
me.
your
'cause-
mouth with your hands and then wash your hands.
dude was in that pharmacy fucking coughing on everybody. Turned to the little girl, was like, "I'ma cough on you." Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, he's like, oh, hey, kid.
Jesus.
right? So,
That-
I mean, but we also
Do they
know
not
that,
know how viruses spread
we
at
also
all?
know that these two guys are complete dicks. Right? These two are human
especially the
traffickers.
fucking one.
Well-
The
brother
older
with
brother.
No,
with
the
the
younger
red
brother, I
jacket,
feel
dude,
like...
I fucking hated
Yep.
him.
Yep.
Exactly. I think the younger guy was kind of just peer pressure dragged along by his brother. Because it definitely
Oh,
seemed
yeah,
like
because he was going to buy him. What was he going to buy him? He said
the Michael Jordan Air Force Ones.
Yeah, Air Jordans.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. And but I mean, come on, seriously? Well, okay, all right. So, but you know, in reality, do you think you saw the city, right? We saw how tight packed everything was. Do you even think that hunkering down? Hey, cover your mouth. I'm just kidding. Do you even
This is
think
my
that you can isolate in your apartment and get away from this thing? It's clearly
think so.
airborne.
It depends on a lot of factors. Have you been around people? You
Mhm.
know? But if you like haven't been around people, you know, you've been inside, you know, for like the past week or whatever. Fuck yeah, you could just, you know, stay inside. But like you're gonna run out of stuff eventually. So the best way is to like prepare.
Well, that's why it's important to
prepare
be
for
stacked
this.
up. Yeah.
Always be prepared for it.
So, like, this would be a good example of the second you hear something like this is happening, hunkering down, filling up your bathtub, filling up your sinks, and just getting ready. Because, I mean, at least this virus was killing in 48 hours. As crappy as that sounds, because that's incredibly dangerous.
Right.
And it pretty much means if you get it, you're dead. But if you don't get it, then you know, okay, I could wait 2 weeks and this thing will kill itself out.
Yeah.
So,
Well, so that's a good point, right? Because it was so fast, you knew you had symptoms within 48 hours,
Mhm.
right? And you were dead within 48 hours. I'm sorry, you knew
Yeah.
you had symptoms in the first 24 hours.
yeah.
And so something like that, you're absolutely right. You hunker down. All you got to last is
A
you know,
day.
72 hours. You can hunker down for 2 weeks. The odds are you've gotten past the major infection rate. So that takes me back, right? Because one of the things I remembered during the whole outbreak of COVID was I went to the grocery store. I went to Smart and Final, and it was so bizarre because you guys, everybody, we joke about it now, but everybody was getting toilet paper and paper towels and stuff, right? It was all sold out up and down all of those aisles. And
I mean, we had my cousin who was a manager at Smart and Final who was like our dealer,
well,
supplying us with the first grabs of toilet paper and hand sanitizer.
but well, the other thing was I could get it from Home Depot. Nobody knew Home Depot sold toilet paper and paper towels.
Oh, and didn't like Virgil's, the hardware store,
Virgil's
sold
hardware
eggs,
store. Yeah.
which
So
was
there
another
was-
thing that was going out a lot.
Well, not until later. But like the
Mhm.
first thing I did was I went and I grabbed a whole boatload of canned goods, which nobody was touching. Canned goods and frozen meat. As I'm walking through, I just remember the looks of people at me when they're looking at my cart. And I don't know if it was like, this guy's stupid, or if it's like, fuck, why didn't I get shit like that? Because later I went back and then all the canned goods were cleared off of the shelf. And I was like, okay, well, everybody caught on eventually.
Oh, so you're the reason that there was no canned food or nothing. It's your fault.
I hope so.
You showed these dumbasses.
I hope it was all my fault.
You should have been more secretive about it.
Yeah.
You should have been like, hey, I want to check out in the back.
You should have gotten like toilet paper and like circled your entire cart with it and hid the canned goods in the center.
Then they would have never known.
You're like, I'm one of you.
No. So you're the reason there was a shortage of
So
food.
there was something that happened in this movie that I'm jumping over a lot of stuff, but it's worth it because this was a controversial take here. Was when they were in our main character here, Kang Ji-koo, when he was in the stadium where they were putting all of the bodies, and you saw how many people, including our protagonist little girl, there were live people in there, and they were supposed to all be dead.
Oh yeah,
right. They were telling everybody that they were taking care of the bodies, but look at how they were doing it.
So I was so conflicted because when I saw them using the crane to lift like 20, 30 bodies at once, I was like, wow, that's so fucking inhumane. Like, I get you got to mass burn these dead bodies, but like, at least have some sort of human anything. Like, this feels completely inhumane. And then to find out that not all of them were even dead.
Right.
They were dropping those bodies like 20 feet, which is another thing. How the hell did the girl, how was she okay? Presumably she got lifted by the crane.
I assumed there was a little bit of plot armor there. She had to have been on the top, and when it dropped her, she fell on top of these other bodies. But I mean, she was pretty wrecked, right?
Kids are durable.
She was also wrapped in plastic.
She was wrapped in plastic. They are durable. Kids are very bendy. But that brings up, like, there was in Colorado, there was a sanatorium that had transformed. Well, it wasn't a sanatorium at first, and it got turned into a death house. It was from tuberculosis, and the amount of people who were dying there was so numerous that they ended up using a body chute to remove the bodies from the ward. They didn't have enough room in the morgue, so they would just drop the bodies down this chute. So it's kind of like when you say that, the inhumane handling of human remains it's not uncommon. You know, when it becomes that numerous, it's just like you gotta get rid of the bodies.
I think the chute's a really good idea. You know, one last slide before you're gone. You know, you're like,
true. Woo! And if you're still not fully dead, at least you get to enjoy a nice little slide.
Where it won't kill you.
Oh
it's
my
just a slide.
God, there was probably so many people that weren't dead yet.
And so that was kind of what I was getting at. I was so back and forth because I saw them using the crane and I was like, wow, that's completely inhumane. And then you see the aerial shot of just how many bodies there were.
Right.
And then I was like, well, I kind of see it. And then I see them burning the bodies, and then you find out that they're not all dead.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, no, now there's no grounds for that.
Right.
Now it's even worse.
Now you're burning people alive.
Yeah, alive.
You have to admit that, I mean, coming out of survival mode, going into movie review mode, this director really messed you up, didn't he?
Oh, dude, the last 20 minutes was stressing me the fuck out.
Right?
Kim Sung-soo, he would get you. I mean, you said it. I felt it. You said exactly what I felt when I watched this. I was on both sides so fast from scene to scene. I was pro-government, then I was anti-government, then I was pro-government again, and I was just like, oh my God, this is freaking great.
It's good intentions, horribly executed.
Mm-hmm.
Because the whole, like, control them now, explain later.
Yeah.
No, you can't. You can't do that when you run a communist country, sure, but when you run a democratic country, you can't do that.
We're gonna kill 200,000 people, or let 200,000 people die to preserve over 1 million people. Right?
Also, the arrogance of these fucking officials to just completely disregard the doctor every step of the way, who's trying to tell them you are killing everybody.
Every step.
And the complete lack of accountability from them all the way. The same ones saying, we'll take full responsibility for it. Or the same ones going, oh, how did this happen? Yeah. Because the doctor said it would happen and you did it anyways. Yeah. What do you mean?
No, that's another good point. So, okay, there's the point we already kind of talked about. It was for us. We're not the. I can't imagine us being little kid anymore, but you're that little kid. I'm curious of what you guys think. I thought plot armor. She's wrapped in plastic completely head to toe. It's not like her head was out.
Oh, yeah.
She's completely wrapped in plastic, and she was picked up by that crane and dropped. And the fact that he was able to find her in all of this, I mean,
Well, she was in the
plot
nice,
armor, right?
vibrant pink plastic.
Jumpsuit. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Also, didn't her phone was going off or something?
Her phone was
Yeah,
going off because her mom was calling her.
How the hell was he
Right.
hearing that?
Well,
Right
that
now?
was also like, how did she hear the daughter in the supermarket?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was kind of like mom ears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like mom instincts.
I mean, I
No.
get that because I've seen my wife do
Mhm.
that, where it's like, do you hear that? No, what? And then I come back and I hear, oh, my son was way up in bed and he wasn't crying. Like he was
Yeah.
just up and he made noise and
she's
she
done
heard
that
it.
to me too. There was a time where apparently Anne was talking to her and like from her bedroom, and Corinne was in the kitchen, and she was like, "What?" And I was like, "What the fuck?" Like I didn't hear it. I'm like, "What are you doing?" And she was like, "What?" And I'm like, "What the fuck is she talking about?" She starts walking away and she goes, "What?" And then I hear Anne and I'm like, "Holy shit! Nothing was happening. The microwave wasn't on. I didn't have earbuds in. Nothing. I just did not hear that."
Yeah. She's got mom ears. So, I mean, that one, but this one, I think
But also
we
the
all
little
agree.
girl-
Plot armor.
Yeah, the little girl was underneath bodies.
Yeah.
Which meant they got dumped on her.
Yeah. That's a lot
So,
of weight.
Yeah.
Now, granted, she's sick. She's completely like limp, right? So going into, we'll say, anecdotal, nonsensical evidence here, it's drunk, limp people in car accidents that survive, right?
Yeah.
They don't react. They don't tense up. They don't do anything. They're the ones who survive. The people who are sober and aware are typically the ones who pay the price.
but
so
not when you're wrapped in plastic. I think you
That
suffocate
part,
just
yeah,
the same.
That part, I think it doesn't matter. Well, the only rationale I tried to make for myself was when you're that sick, typically your heart rate speeds up and your respiratory speeds up, right? But if you're unconscious,
Shallow breathing.
it's shallow breathing, and
Yeah.
your body does start slowing down and stuff like that. But because she was near death, right? So that was the case there. Now,
But she was getting better. She'd already gotten
Not-
the shot by then.
She did.
no, I thought it was right after that.
No,
Mm,
no.
right before
'cause
that.
They separated
interesting.
her after she'd gotten the antibodies, and then they got rid of her.
Oh,
because
you're
she was
right.
infected.
You're right.
So she was already getting better,
Right.
which
That's right.
just makes it even worse. It just means like she definitely would not have survived that.
Yeah.
So I agree, plot
Okay.
armor there.
Plot armor there.
I could survive it, but any normal person definitely wouldn't have survived that.
Now, would you be amongst that crowd marching to Seoul? Do you think?
No,
If you're sick, and the federal and the government is telling you, "Fuck you, you're gonna die," are you gonna say, "Fuck you, we're gonna infect all the rest of the country," and then what are you gonna do?
no, because what did the rest of the country do? Like that's
I mean, can I argue against that? I would say they're abandoning us.
well, okay, but so here's the thing. This is where you gotta put away emotion and use a little logic. This thing, from what they said, had a 50% chance to infect and pretty much a 100% lethality, besides that one guy. So if you get this, you're dead. That's it. Why do that to the rest of Korea? What did they do? All I would be pissed about is the camp. That was completely uncalled for and not okay, and just a complete violation of human rights. That's a straight up Nazi camp. That's what that was. But once I escape that
And the stadium, right?
and the stadium, that's what I mean. Yeah,
Killing
yeah.
people who were alive.
So once I escape that and that camp has been overthrown, I'm going home. Fuck that.
Do you justify at all their decision to kill those people who were still alive, knowing that it's virtually 100% kill rate?
Yeah, this ain't a
Like we know you're not dead yet. I mean, to make it lighthearted, this is kind of like Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Have you guys seen that?
Mhm.
yeah.
That bring out your dead, but I'm not dead. Oh, you will be soon. Stop whining. Right? I mean, it's
Like I was thinking about that. It's tough because I understand that you have to separate yourself from that. You have to separate your, like that one guy when he said like this guy's still alive, and he was like he's gonna be dead soon.
See, I completely agree. But where I struggle is when I'm sick, I'm not rational. I'm not rational when I'm sick.
Yeah,
and I know that about myself.
But what do you mean by that?
I mean, like, I've withstood serious trauma, serious pain, serious injury, and come out of it fine. And then I catch a little flu, and all of a sudden I allow the games to be played in my head of, oh my God, is this what? Am I ever going to get better? And I used to get sick and put on tracksuit and go for a run. And I'm talking like I used to get 101, 102 degree fever, and I'd put on a tracksuit and run. Right now, I can't imagine getting out of bed. I'm like, how is it so much worse now, 23, 24 years older?
Damn.
How am I so messed up that
Wow, you really hit him with the damn.
I expect nothing less from teachers.
I am 24 years old. That's crazy. You a whole me ago. Yeah.
A whole me ago.
And that's why I don't think zombies would ever be a real threat.
I agree, because
Whoa, I'll get my kukuri.
wait. I think he's saying something.
Zombies don't talk.
Just wait a sec. What was that?
You need a loan? What, are you going to buy a house?
What do you need a loan for?
I think he wants to buy a home. Don't we know someone who can help him with that?
Yeah, we do. Have you heard of Corinne Salas at Next Home Grandview in Glendale, California?
Mm-hmm. She can help you get moved into your forever home now.
Your eternal resting place, if you will. Or forever home. That works. Don't miss the opportunity of a lifetime like this guy. Call Corinne today at 714-510-6443. You can also find her on Instagram at Next Home by Corinne, or visit her website at corinnesalas.nexthomegrandview.com. That's CORINNESALAS.nexthomegrandview.com.
Not food. So, one thing that this brings up is there are certain ways that you can make your own like respirator. Typically, you can't make something good enough to filter out viruses without suffocating yourself if you're not like precise on this. But there are this was something funny for me, was there are things that you can order. You can't buy them in the store anymore, but you can order them from Home Depot. They remove very tiny microscopic particulates, and
It's for like cleaning out like asbestos and stuff, right?
And more like cleaning mold. Like when you got to go and clean out a moldy room, right? You break down drywall. You don't want to be in that room unless you have full protection. You're covering your hair, you're covering your eyes, your nose, your mouth.
How do we feel about those super freaking cool masks that they had?
Dude, I brought that up. I fucking love those.
Dude, those were
Those
cool.
were dope. What?
Those were
where
so-
the
Why don't we have those?
where the fuck were those at during COVID, bro? We had all the.
I
Right?
would have worn that.
I would.
If that was what
too.
they brought out, I would have worn that, because that actually seems like it might
It
protect
would
you.
have worked.
There were three types
Like,
of
that
people
was-
during COVID. It was the people with the cloth masks, with like, the N95 ones, or they had like the neck gaiter things. It would go over your shit, and it really was like micro thin. But if those were a thing, I think it would be kind of badass if we had those. I feel like everybody would do those.
And that was what I had thought was so good about this movie, was this is what would actually call for that kind of response.
Yes. See, a lot of the COVID shit that we had would be completely 1000% justified in this situation.
Sure.
And more would be justified.
And I think it was, I don't like using the word scary, but it was so ominous because it's airborne. It's nearly 100% fatal. I mean, 99 clearly, because the guy survived and then the kid with the vaccine survived. So still not 100% fatal, but damn near close. It was, if the virus didn't kill you, the government was going to. Now I want to get to the part that you were talking about, when all of the government agents are now making the decision to just exterminate all of the well, can we call them rebels?
So kind of, yeah. That one congressman, TJ, the old dude who
Longhead.
overrode the president. Yeah, Longhead. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm gonna start calling him that. Wow, good actor. But what pissed me off the most in this whole movie, it made my blood boil, was he overrode the president, gave the order to fire on the civilians, and then while they had monitors in that room observing what was happening, and while all those innocent people were getting murdered by his order, he had his back turned and his hands and his head in his hands.
Yep.
Don't you dare look away. That made my blood boil. I cannot believe you would have the fucking, what a coward.
Yep.
To turn your back away from what you just did.
Yep.
Yeah, live with your fucking decision, homie.
Yeah,
it.
their whole fucking, we'll take full responsibility for it. Then take responsibility and look.
You're gonna cause all these other fucking people nightmares. You better fucking look and give yourself some.
Yeah, every single innocent life you better take responsibility for. That blood is on your hands.
Yep.
Oh man, that made my blood boil.
That was, but I mean, you're right. That was great acting, great writing, because I was so freaking pissed too. I hated that guy so much. And I mean, again, back and forth, right? I felt like such a hypocrite during this movie because I hated the president so much because he seemed so damn weak. I'm like,
He just kept
God.
getting convinced by them when I'm like, you had it, dude. You had the right response and then you let them influence you.
I'm going to say it, TJ. Such a pussy waffle.
Yeah.
Facts.
He really was.
He just waffled back and forth,
Until
and forth.
the end.
Until the end.
But now we have to talk about the American CIA guy.
Well, I mean, I made that up. I don't know that he's CIA, but
He
I
had
mean,
to be.
We can.
Yeah.
He's a plain suit
Snyder.
American,
Fuck that
and
guy.
Yeah.
Snyder
Oh,
sucked.
God.
Snyder gave America a bad
He's like-
name.
So
But bring up your point because that's fucking hilarious.
my point that I had made when the Americans call in these fighter jets into Seoul, they're screeching at high speeds. I'm not so confident that North Korea would not have seen that as an act of aggression. There's no guarantee that they're going to just stop at Seoul and redirect. They're hauling ass into the country. Why are they there? What are they doing? Not only that, but you have another act of aggression if there is this deadly flu and you did not warn North Korea, hey, we have this problem. We're going to try to take care of it. Because frankly speaking, if they really wanted to do this diplomatically, I would have told the North Koreans, hey, we have this problem. Do you want to take care of it? I mean, at least in that case, you're not killing your own people. North Koreans are killing them. But that's just my cold-heartedness.
They should have started charging. See, they're like, we gotta go to Seoul. Go towards North Korea.
Charge the DMZ.
Charge the fucking DMZ, bro.
Yeah, but then nobody would have cared because North Korea would have opened fire on them, and and then it would have just not mattered.
That kind of is just what it is. That would happen anyways.
Right.
But your point is that those jets had to come from somewhere, which means that there was
Where
aircraft
did they come
carriers
from? How did
in
they
the
come
peninsula. There's no way. You're so right. There's no way North Korea wouldn't have seen all of our aircraft carriers pulling up, and there's no way they would have just been like, that's fine.
But
that would have been World War III.
For movie-going experience, I absolutely loved. That's when the president got his balls when he had said, I still have control over the military, don't I?
Yeah,
yes,
over
sir, you
defense.
do. I want you to get your Super-Air missiles ready, and I want you to down those airplanes if they enter Korean airspace. You can't do that.
Yeah.
I just did.
That was the first time where I'm like, no, fucking tell him. What are we doing there? What are we doing?
Yep.
And that to you know what, you won't handle it, so we'll kill your citizens for you. What?
Well, the argument he had made was it was a part of the peace treaty with North Korea.
Yeah.
That was the argument he had made, right? You have to do this because if they infect Seoul, now that virus is getting so close to the DMZ, and what are you going to do when North Korea gets wind of all of this? So it was the argument could be made, but nonetheless, it's like it's ridiculous that we would even be over there.
When fucking President Fuckass finally pulled through, Mr. CIA man was like, if this goes wrong, I'm gonna tell the UN on you. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Oh
Shut
my God.
up.
What a little baby.
You gonna tell Dad? Shut
You're
the
lucky you-
fuck up.
You're
Yeah.
lucky you didn't get fucking arrested.
Yeah.
For
For
what you just
real.
did.
I'm gonna tell Dad. I'm gonna tell Dad on you.
I'm gonna have to submit the what did he say? The highest complaint.
Yep.
Like, oh my God, Karen, get out of here. Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
But
You think
okay.
I care? Like, what?
So again, still on movie review mode here. What did you think of the little girl?
She was a very good
Oh
actress.
my God.
I was just melting over her when she was screaming, "Don't shoot my mom. Don't shoot me." And she's like standing in front of her, protecting her, which, come on. We all know that was serious plot armor that she got hit in the arm.
Oh man, I thought that little girl was gonna die.
Oh,
though.
I did too.
So many times
was
I
game
thought the
over.
little girl was gonna die. That's how I was stressed out the whole fucking time, dude. She's so cute. I wanted to squeeze her little cheeks. She's so fucking cute.
I know. But I'm telling you, just like the girl from Train to Busan, those tears that these kids can
For
freaking
real.
summon
Great
up.
little
It's not the
actress.
same actress, is it?
I don't think that was the same actress.
Okay.
No,
No, it wasn't.
I didn't look. I
looked,
didn't
it's
look.
not.
But
She was incredible. Very
but-
good actress.
I think you guys bring up some really good points that shattered my belief of how I would survive this thing. Now, I will say this: if I'm the emergency response team member, for some reason he never got infected. He was around everybody who was infected. And
Yeah, he had a
never
neck
did.
gator. He was okay.
And so that was good. You know, maybe a little bit of plot armor for our guy.
I think just a little bit, but like, because he took that cloth off his face a lot.
they all had plot
especially
armor.
around the little girl.
The mom. He
Yeah.
met the mom after she almost fucking dove into a giant pit with her car, and she survived.
That's right.
It's genetic
right.
plot armor for the mom and the little girl.
Which, by the way, I'm not tripping, right? But that whole thing became irrelevant. Her
yeah.
her flash
Oh, yeah.
drive and
Oh,
all
yeah.
of that. Everything was dead, right?
It was just a way for them to have met
yeah. Okay.
beforehand. That's kind of
And
what
then
I
meet
thought.
after, you know.
Yeah.
All right. So, any final thoughts of our movie here?
I would give this movie an A tier.
I'd give it an A tier. Yeah, that was a really good movie. You said B tier before, but I think you undersold it.
Well, we have a lot of movies in S tier and A tier, but I think it rivals the A tiers definitely. So, all of you survivors out there, take a look at 2013 Flu.
I don't
Its
have it, I swear.
original name was Gamji. Take a look at it. If you understand Korean, you should watch it in the original because the subtitles kind of suck in English.
I did that thing that I think everybody does with foreign films where I stopped looking at my phone for like 20 seconds and I was doing something. And then after a while, I realized I don't speak Korean. I have no idea what they were saying.
But to all of you survivors, go check out Flu. Let us know what you think and tell us, will you survive?
And until next time, stay alive.
There you go.
Um,
Now, we also didn't hit him with the socials.
okay, so cut all of this, right?
Okay.
And
yeah,
then
I won't.
Alex, just say your little thing again.
Okay. So do you want to do? We gotta hit him with the socials.
Yeah, let's do the socials.
All right.
We're nailing this, guys.
Oh, we did pretty good all the way up until now. After you guys have checked out Flu, you let us know. Hit us up on our email at theboys@willyousurvivethepodcast.com or check out our profiles on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Also, Will You Survive the Podcast? You can check us out on Twitter. Drop a line at Alex and Erik, WYS. I know.
Is that one just like a hard one for us to change, or is it?
I just keep forgetting Twitter, because the only thing I ever do is I post the clips to there, and I forget to. That's the only one that's not Will You Survive the Podcast. But we love your emails. Want to hopefully we haven't lost one of our survivors, because you guys keep telling him he doesn't exist.
Oh, turns out
Mobster Straubs is from the UK.
Yeah. Which I still don't fully believe.
Yeah, the accents aren't real.
You don't believe he's from the UK, or
I mean, when I read those emails, that doesn't. I don't hear it.
I don't.
You think he's AI?
Oi, bro.
No, yeah. See,
Oi, bruv?
He's not typing right. There's not enough apostrophes in replace of the T's.
Alex, come on, namesake. You got to come back at us again. I need another email from you to prove that you guys are real out there.
Alex, I need you to type bottle of water.
Water bottle?
Get
water bottle.
hotties.
You
Have you
monsters.
heard that meme?
You animals.
Have you heard that meme where British people make fun of like the names that we have for things? There was like a funny meme that kind of went around a few years ago where people were like, "Oh, you call this a light switch? We call this a flicky flicky doodad."
Well, before we devolve into absolute
we
madness,
apologize. We apologize.
Do we?
Another social you guys got to go check out is our Pinterest boards, where you can see our survival gear. We have recommendations for bug out bags. You can get all of your survival gear right there. It's all laid out for you. Check it out. Make some purchases, because we do get commissions on qualified purchases. That would help us out a lot and help us to keep making these videos for you. We love doing it anyway, but the money would help. I got to be honest. So with that in mind, you guys go check out Flu one more time and let us know what you think, and tell us if you would survive Flu. And until next time, stay alive.